Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because we're going to just talk about so much stuff with the economy that it's just a potpourri of everything for you. But we're also going to talk about the downgrades, the economy, politics, a little bit of everything for you today. And before I get into it, please, as usual, like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. And today we have a sponsor, Ageless Collagen, which I will talk about a little bit later. Man, oh man, it's beautiful today. I wanted to clear my head at a meeting. You know, I'm going to the beach, so lucky you guys. So, first thing first, Fitch is a rating system. They have downgraded the credit for the United States. So what does this mean for us? It doesn't mean much for you and I, but I had to respond to this because some of my favorite people talked about it. It's going to mean for the United States to borrow money, it's going to cost the country more. Oh, that's not going to affect us, Dan. Who cares if they pay more? Oh, okay. Okay. Our business preparedness in the world today has been dramatically affected by all of this, by everything that's going on. You can just blame everything geopolitical and everything else wrong with the world, but no, this affects all of us. Now, what made me want to comment on this was I had a story sent to me where President Biden said, this is a Trump downgrade. Now, folks, enough is enough, okay? This is ridiculous. This guy's been president since January 21st of 2021. And you're going to blame Donald Trump for this? There's that. So it's absolute lunacy, guys. Absolute lunacy. The other thing is that one of my second favorite politicians, Justin Trudeau, he's splitting up with his wife. And she said she wants a real man. So that makes total sense to me because I don't know why you people ever voted for that guy. That's just my opinion. So, okay, share your thoughts on all that stuff. The other thing is my main man, Jamie Dimon, steps forward and said, this downgrade is ridiculous. This is unbelievable that they downgraded it. Now, again, Mr. Fractional Banking, you know, guys, think about this. Our banks lend out money that they don't have. You put money in your bank and you think it's sitting there. And it's not. They're lending it out. Central banks are doing it. It's absolutely ridiculous. They don't have the money that they say that they do. But you're starting to see cracks in the armor with all of this right now. And globally, you know, we need to come together. Real estate is collapsing around the world. You're starting to see major problems with everything when it comes to real estate. I'm going to cover this a little bit more in the video today, but you haven't seen anything yet, guys. Haven't seen a thing yet. Now, here's the thing that's interesting, why I brought this up today. It's access to money. And I don't care what your business is. What you're going to experience now, moving forward, is you're going to have problems with credit. And I don't care how good your credit is. You're going to start seeing things in business to where people are going to be cut off left and right. And at a meeting today with a movie producer who's made 7 movies, okay? And the 8th one that's coming out is pretty cool. It's something that, you know, you guys haven't heard of this guy and you haven't seen his movies yet or anything like that, but he makes campy movies, you know? But the next one that's coming out is going to be something that's going to make it to the theaters. And it's absolutely got, you know, a topical thing. It's got, you know, violence. It's got everything cool in it that would make a movie something you'd want to go to. It's funny. It's got a little bit of everything. But we're sitting there and we're talking about, you know, his need for money. And I'm like, you know, you blew this. You got to understand, you blew doing this because you went out and financed all your own movies. And after you made the first one, the second one, even the third one, and you proved that you were a filmmaker, that's it, guys. Shouldn't have been doing this on your own. Shouldn't have been financing it with your own money. And he's not going to, you know, this guy's not hurting. He's not going to lose anything. He's not going out of business anytime soon. But some of these things take years to get the money back, guys. Years. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Collagen. You know, one thing that I pride myself on is that I'm not a Botox guy, not into fillers or anything like that, just into trying to take care of myself and get any edge I can. One thing that I've been doing for 3 months now is I've been taking Ageless Multi-Collagen. It has been absolutely fantastic. It's made a huge difference in my skin health, my hair health, my nail health, and especially my joint pain. Started running again, and I have zero pain from this. Take a look at healthwithdan.com and see how you can save over 50% off their regular price on getting Ageless Multi-Collagen. This is a tasteless protein that you can put in any beverage, and it'll give you 10 grams of biopeptides that will make a huge, huge difference for you. It's made a huge difference with me. Get it today. I highly recommend it, but take a look at healthwithdan.com and take a look at how Ageless Multi-Collagen can turn back the clock for you. Do it today. Now, I don't care what your business is. Whether you make movies, you sell widgets, you're a roofer, it makes no difference. You need to have access to money and to access to your product getting completed. This guy's problem is getting the films edited, getting the films done, getting the special effects done, all that stuff, and that stuff takes do-re-mi. So his whole thing is, okay, I can afford this here, and no, it's wrong. Shouldn't have done it this way. You need to sit down, you need to have somebody else writing the check for this, and you need to own a smaller percentage. You know, over 100%, you need to, give up some of it. So you're going to start to see more and more things like this that are going to affect everything around us when it comes to business right now. Get access to the plan. And I sat down with them. I said, you guys got to understand. For those of you old enough like me, do you guys remember Roger Corman made those ridiculous movies? The dinosaur movies that were basically puppets and they were eating people and stuff like that. Roger Corman, would have car crashes. And like somebody brought up such a great point today, Roger Corman would film a car crash and then use it in 3 or 4 films, different angles, reverse the film stock, and do things like that so he could use it over and over again. But you had Diane Lane was in Roger Corman's movies. You had Jack Nicholson in Roger Corman movies, and he came from the Roger Corman school of movie making where he didn't waste money. And I explained to this guy, that's what you need to do. You need to enjoy your campiness. You're not Francis Ford Coppola. You're not making Oscar-winning movies. You're making stuff that's fun. Let me burn an hour and a half of my life to watch this thing and have a good time and have a few laughs, okay? Good idea, Dan, okay? The point is that everything is off right now. JetBlue just announced summer demand is off right now. Now, I have all these people write me and tell me how travel is up and everything's great. No, it's not. Not at all, guys. JetBlue is off right now. JetBlue ticket demand for air travel is off right now. And this is just the beginning of this. You're going to see more and more of this in the coming months because this is August, guys. This is vacation month. Everybody should be traveling right now, and everybody should be on vacation right now, and they're not right now. So that's just the beginning of it. So, share your thoughts on this stuff so far. I think that we haven't seen anything yet. And the banking situation, Jamie Dimon crying like a schoolgirl, who cares, okay? It's ridiculous. Michael Bloomberg steps forward and does a big op-ed in the Washington Post and said, people need to go back to work. It's ridiculous that New York City is office buildings are vacant, and it's ridiculous that people aren't working there. Okay, how's Bloomberg doing? Did anybody at Bloomberg work from home? That's the question I wanted to ask Michael Bloomberg about that, because the answer to that is yes. He's got reporters out in the field, and they changed the work schedule for everybody. But you need to go back to your office, okay? So, is Bloomberg 100% back to, pre-health crisis schedule? Because I don't think it is. So, let me know, guys. This is just, rules for thee, but not for me type of thing, kind of interesting. So let me know, guys. Let me know. Talking about money today, one thing that you're going to see more and more is you're going to see more venture capital that's going to change how they write checks to people and how they write checks to startups. Once again, guys, I ran one of the largest medical conferences here in California. I think it was number 3 at one point. And anyways, I've been around a lot of startups, been around a lot of rich individuals that write checks to people, venture funds, which are venture capital groups that write checks for startups, family offices that have money where they invest in different things. Fred Wilson, who runs Union Venture Capital, they right now are saying, listen, our venture fund is going to be off 26% right now. People need to understand that we're going to make a lot less money right now. Why is that? You don't think that there's startups right now? You don't think that the guy today needed money for his movies? Wait a second. So other companies aren't getting started right now. This guy, now understand this company, they were involved with Etsy, they were involved with Coinbase, Robinhood. They've been in so many different things. But again, there's a problem with business right now. There's a problem with money right now. When these companies say that they're not going to write check, and you need to understand, if you're in our fund right now, you're going to make 26% less right now. It's going to be down. Why? You think that this guy is no longer a good businessman? He's a brilliant businessman. And the point of this guy is that he's telling everybody that they need to get ready for a downturn. It's going to only get exacerbated and multiply right now. Get ready. Now, a couple EV stories. I had an EV story sent to me about a cargo ship that caught fire, and I'm like, oh, that was like from 2 years ago. What are you talking about? No, this is a new one, guys. A new cargo ship that had 3,500 cars on board caught fire, and they're having difficulty putting it out. So they towed it to Newfoundland to try to make it so it's not going to be an ecological disaster, because hundreds of the cars are electric cars and they cannot put the fire out right now. So it's anticipated about 500 cars are going to get destroyed right now. And we heard this. This was 2 years ago, guys. There was another fire just like this, and it was an environmental disaster because some of these cars fell into the ocean. We also had container ships that had containers filled with merchandise that fell into the ocean as well. Now, one thing that was interesting was one container had Legos in it. Dogs are on fire right now. So one container had Legos in it. The Legos would float up on beaches. To this day, they still float up at times. So after 2 years, these cars are a mess. These cars don't sit well once they get on fire, and you've seen this time and again, guys. I'm telling you, weekly I could share you a Tesla fire, or I could share you an EV car fire that just gets completely out of control. So what are you going to do? Next thing is that there's a great story from Business Insider talking about how, hey, it costs more to charge your electric vehicle than it does to put gas in it. Huh? I thought EV cars were free, Dan. Okay? I have people that write me to this day. I got one. I should just share these from now on. Hey, listen, my electric vehicle costs nothing. I had solar installed on my house, and my bill is next to nothing. Again, next to nothing. Here in California, they charge you a connection fee. They charge you a shenanigan fee for the thrill of not paying the power company. But anyways, this guy's electricity is free, but the other people, it's not. And when you go out and about, it's not free. And the other problem with Tesla is, this is so awesome, is that people are experiencing a huge problem when they fuel up or they charge up with their car and they start to drive. Let's say they have 245 miles in the tank, which is nothing. Okay, that's not far at all. And they start to drive and it drops by half. And then Tesla said, yeah, we're working on that. But also we have a few extra miles built into it so that if you do get close to running out, you've got 5 or 10 miles. Who's going to rely on that, guys? Seriously, who's going to rely on that? Has anybody bought an electric car that travels a ton. Okay, I'm not talking about you're a commuter who sits in your office a couple hours a day and then you pull your golf clubs out and go play golf and cheat on your wife. I'm not talking about you, okay? I'm talking about the people that work for a living. Does anybody drive and sell anything with their Tesla? Okay? I don't have a wife, so I'm good. Couple real estate stories that are worth talking about, and that is mortgage demand for July. The numbers are out and it's down a ton. We've heard about how interest in real estate has dropped substantially, and people out there have said, no, it's just a summer lull. No, it's off dramatically. And what you see right now is that mortgage payments at 6.93% for the average mortgage. And again, I love these numbers out of realtor.com because they don't reflect real people. They don't reflect self-employed people. They don't reflect people that don't have gold credit. It's an absolute disaster. Now, the other thing is multi-family units in Southern California. Orange County, LA County are falling an absolute ton. Well, first of all, you'd have to be an idiot to own a rental unit in Los Angeles. You'd have to be sniffing glue, guys, because if you can have a place where people don't pay rent for 42 months, and again, all anybody's doing right now is talking about how they want more of a moratorium right now for that. Okay, that's fine. Go buy a rental unit. Seriously. Go buy an apartment building right now and put your life in jeopardy right now. Your financial future. Crazy, okay? And every time I talk about this, I get landlords are horrible. They're the worst people in the world. Okay, let's say some of them are, okay? Nobody deserves 42 months of having somebody live in their units for free. They just don't. They just don't. We were talking earlier about electric cars, and then Toyota steps forward, and the Toyota Land Cruiser, which has been around since 1951, okay? That's kind of crazy. They have a hybrid car that's going to come out. But here's the thing that makes me want to talk about this, is that a hybrid Toyota Land Cruiser, that's kind of it's kind of like a van, but it's not. It's kind of a truck, but it's not. It's a nice car, okay? But here's the thing that just infuriated me. The starting price is going to be, median price will be $50,000. You know that's not the case. You know this thing, you'll see it, and it'll be $100,000. It'll be 80 grand, okay? It's not going to be $50,000. That's the problem with stuff like this, is that you don't get deals on stuff like this right now. You have to look for them, or you have to find someone that bought their car instead of paying student loan debt. You can get a Toyota, RAV4 for $37,000. But again, that's just me. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. You think real estate's just going to continue to go up, and that we're going to see interest rates drop? Come on. Okay? Business is not the same today as it was years ago. It's just not. And it's okay. Keep going. Well, the phone's not ringing enough, Dan. We don't have access to the money we had 6 months ago. Why is that? Well, it's clearly just you guys. It's nobody else. If you read the paper, everything's great right now. That's not reality, guys. That's just not reality right now. Business has been tough for a while, and it's going to get tougher right now. So get used to it. When you think of a light bulb, I'm sure you think of the round incandescent light bulbs that we've seen forever and that Thomas Edison is known for. And they just banned those. Federal government. End of the month, you won't be able to use them anymore at the end of August, which is lunacy. Absolute lunacy. And they say the next thing that they're coming after is our gas stoves. Okay, this is important, huh? You got people sleeping on the streets, and you're going to do that. So good luck with that. Okay? Again, Looneyville. Okay? That's where we live right now. Bed Bath & Beyond, remember they went bankrupt. 360 stores closed in April. I have good news for you guys. Overstock.com, the site that none of us go to, they bought the rights to it for $21.5 million, and they're going to have it be an online store that you can go to, or maybe you won't go to it. I don't know if I'll go to it or not, but there's that. So Overstock.com is going to take over the Bed Bath & Beyond. Do you care? Will you ever go there with that? That's the $64,000 question. Oh, a couple of good ones. You know when you travel, you run a little tight on time? Well, if you're flying on Frontier Airlines, you don't have time to be tight on time anymore, because they're going to close the ticket counter with 45 minutes before each flight. Not open it then, they're going to close it. If you're not checked in with 45 minutes to go, you're not getting on the flight. That is insane. Again, if you've ever flown JSX, and I've wanted them to sponsor this channel forever, and hopefully they will someday. It's the greatest airline ever. And you literally walk in 20 minutes before your flight, go through security, give them your bags, have a nice day. It's beautiful. Absolute fantasy land. Okay? So, highly recommend that. California, yesterday, Southern California, had another jewelry store robbery, but this one was crazy. This one made national news. I saw it on Fox, CNN. Yeah, I have to watch that. So I was on all those places, Newsmax, everything. And they showed these guys doing a smash and grab with hammers. They got over $1 million worth of jewelry. $1 million worth of jewelry from one robbery. So, you know, crime pays, I guess, for some people. But again, what they're doing with these people now more and more is they're saying, don't touch them, don't communicate with them. I don't understand. If you worked in that jewelry store, you're not supposed to say, hey, stop, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't, you know, I understand putting your life at risk with some, I almost did it again, some person with a hammer, but again, no. Where's the armed security guard, by the way, in a jewelry store that has millions of dollars worth of jewelry? What do they have that? What's he doing? You know, is he out at coffee at that time? Share your thoughts, guys, because I think it's getting crazy, guys, that we're seeing more and more stuff like this. And goodbye to the light bulb. What do you guys think about that? Isn't that nuts? The bird just flew by. Okay. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I love coming up here. This is the military memorial up here, and I'm going to end the video with this. You know, Dr. Marvin is one of my stars that sends me great stories, and he's a psychologist, and he's just really, you know, in tune with people and the economy. Two things. Number one, he sent me a story about how back to school is getting really expensive. Back to school items are getting really expensive. And this is what floored me. We're going to spend $41 billion on back to school items this year in 2023, over $36 billion that we sent last year. And the thing about this that floored me was I had a friend of mine walk into a Target over the weekend, and he had somebody throw, hey, if you need back to school supplies, you better get them now because they're going to be sold out. You better get them now. I don't have kids. I'm okay. Well, do you know if anybody's got kids? You better tell them to come get it now. And he was like, whatever. So he ended up walking by this section. He said, Dan, it was packed. He goes, I don't know what she was talking about, but they're putting the, you know, the fear in everybody that you got to get your back to school stuff now, which is crazy. But, you know, one thing that you have to do right now is you've got to get yourself healthy, guys. You really do. You know, I had a high school reunion a few weeks back and saw everybody, and I just had a classmate who was a great girl. She just passed away, and man, it's really sad when you start to see this stuff, because, you know, you've got to take care of yourself. Nothing in life is worth anything without your health. And, you know, two things, health and your security, got to have both of those. Because if it's worth taking, people are going to take it right now. And you got to protect yourself, and you got to be healthy right now. So do what you can do to work on that. Don't do things that are self-destructive right now. And, you know, I have a friend of mine who's a cardiac nurse who does the tests that are the nuclear tests, that are the very serious ones to determine if you need to have surgery or not. And oh, there's a rash of guys, you know, 50, mid 50s coming in now. I'm like, wow, you know, no, I don't want to be that guy ever, 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 ever. My father died very young and died of heart disease, and no, I'm going to do something about it. So take care of your mental health, you know, search out good people. If you don't find someone like Dr. Marvin who cares about being there to help people. That's what he lives for, okay? You need to have people like that in your life, okay? And you may go to the first person and it's not a good fit, look for the next person. But, you know, happiness, that's the key right now, okay? Money will follow. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, family, and your mom about my channel, okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon. Okay? Give your mom my best. Bye.